All right, welcome back to Jammin' Sports, everybody, as we're getting set now for the deciding Game 5 of this American League Division Series between the Minnesota Twins and the Cleveland Indians. We're tied at 2 games apiece. This is the deciding game tonight. The winner of this game will advance to the American League Championship Series to take on the Boston Red Sox. The National League has been set for a while now. It'll be the Dodgers and the Braves once we get through this division series. If you're watching this on YouTube, please follow, like, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. All right, let's head to Cleveland for this one. Game 5 of the ALDS here at Jammin' Sports. Your lineups for tonight. Jammin' Sports presents Game 5 of the American League Division Series between the Minnesota Twins and the Cleveland Indians, live from Progressive Field, Cleveland, Ohio. The series is tied at 2 games apiece. Game 5 up next here at Jammin' Sports. All right, we go to the top of the first inning in this deciding Game 5. Sean Bieber will be the starting pitcher for the Cleveland Indians. And Rod Carew, the second baseman, will lead things off for the Minnesota Twins. The Twins won last night in dramatic fashion, 7-5 in the bottom of the ninth, to force a Game 5. First pitch to Carew, in there for a strike, 0-1. The Indians are the number 1 seed. The Twins are the number 6 seed. And the Twins have forced them into a Game 5. Carew pops up into center field. Larry Doby will come over and make the play for out number 1. Your Minnesota lineup for tonight. They got Hunter in center field tonight. Really the only change I see in their lineup. Next up, Kirby Puckett, the DH, to face Shane Bieber. Puckett rips it right to second base, where the second baseman, Nat LaJoie, makes the play. So Puckett lines out to second for out number 2. And now the third baseman, Gary Gaetti, will come up for Minnesota. The pitch by Bieber. In there for a strike. Count goes to 0-1. So 2 quick outs for the Twins here in the top of the first. And Gaetti rips it foul. Counts 0-2. The Boston Red Sox await the winner of this game for the American League Championship. 0-2 pitch. Struck him out on 3 pitches. That was a quick half inning. No score here in ALDS Game 5 here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Walter Johnson, the Hall of Famer, on the mound for the Twins. He also started Game 1, the loss to Cleveland. And Nat LaJoie, the second baseman, will lead things off for the Indians here in the bottom of the first inning. the deciding Game 5 of this best of 5. Here's the pitch by Johnson. Outside, count goes to 1-0. Great to have you along. The 1-0 pitch. And that's a strike. They'll even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike to Nap LaJoy. The 1-1 pitch. A bunt attempt down the line, but it goes foul. The count is now 1-2. And now the 1-2 pitch. Pops it up. Carew at second base will get under it and will make the out. 1 down for Cleveland here in the bottom of the first. There's your Cleveland lineup for tonight. Pretty much the same lineup as they've been using throughout the postseason. Sizemore in left field tonight instead of Bell. Tris Speaker will come up. He's the DH. In there for a strike, 0-1. 1 down for Cleveland here in the bottom of the first inning, no score. 1 out, bases empty. Speaker at the plate, facing Walter Johnson. Popped up in the air, out to center field. And Torrey Hunter makes the play. We're out number 2. 2 down for Cleveland here in the bottom of the first. And now the right fielder, Manny Ramirez, will come up. The pitch by Johnson. Outside, 1-0. Progressive Field, Cleveland, Ohio. The site of Game 5 of the ALDS. The deciding Game 5. And now the 1-0 pitch. Ramirez fouls that off. That'll even the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, bases empty. And now the 1-1. He fouls that off again down the third base line. And the count goes to 1-2. And now the 1-2 pitch. Outside. They'll even the count at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases empty. And now the 2-2 pitch. Ramirez rips that out to center field, and Hunter will make the play. And that's the end of the first inning. No score between Cleveland and Minnesota. Game 5 of the ALDS here at Jammin' Sports. As we go to the top of the second inning, left fielder Jacques Jones will lead things off for the Twins. Shane Bieber on the mound for Cleveland. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike, 0-1. It was 3 up, 3 down for the Twins in the first. And now the 0-1 pitch. Down low, count goes to 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, nobody out, nobody on. And now the 1-1 pitch. Rips that one foul. Count goes to 1-2. The 1-2 pitch to Jones. Struck him out looking for out number 1. Tell you what, Shane Bieber's on fire early on here for Cleveland. Tony Oliva, the right fielder, will come up next for Minnesota. It's a ball. He had a home run last night for the Twins in the 9th inning to tie it up before Maurer came in and won it. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Down low, count goes to 2-2 to Tony Oliva. And now the 2-2 pitch. Down low, 3-0. The 3-0 pitch. Popped up in the air. Third baseman Al Rosen goes back and makes the play for out number 2. 2 down for the Twins here in the top of the second. Next up, the first baseman, Justin Morneau. 2 outs, bases empty here in the top of the second. Here's the pitch.
Ball 1, no strike.
Ball 1 outside. He did not go around. 2 outs, bases empty. The 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike. They'll leave the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And now Bieber looks in, taking his time. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung for strike 2. And the count to Morneau goes to 1-2. And now the 1-2 pitch. Up high, inside. Count goes to 2-2. And now the 2-2 pitch. Struck him out looking. Another 1-2-3 inning for the Twins. We go to the bottom of the second. No score here in ALDS Game 5 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to Cleveland. We go to the top of the second, or the bottom of the second. Jim Thome, the first baseman, will lead things off for Cleveland. No score here in Game 5 as we start the bottom of the second inning. Walter Johnson still on the mound for Minnesota. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike, 0-1. Neither team has a base hit yet. Every inning has been 1-2-3 for both sides so far. Here's the 0-1. Ripped up the middle, knocked down by the shortstop. They make the play. What a play by Carlos Carrera at short for the Twins. It keeps Thome from getting on base. Watch this again. Full extension by Carrera. From his knees, throws him out by at least a step. 1 down for Cleveland. And now Sandy Alomar, the catcher, comes up. Ball 1, count goes to 1-0. 1 out, bases empty for the Indians here in the bottom of the second inning. Alomar will step back in. Counts at 1-0. And the pitch by Johnson. In there for a strike. They'll leave the count at 1-1. Neither team still does not have a hit. And now the 1-1 pitch. Outside, 2-1 to Alomar. Game 5 off to a pitcher's duel so far, early on. Here's the 2-1 pitch. A dribbler up the middle. Carrera fields it again, but Alomar is going to be safe. That's going to be an infield single for Sandy Alomar. That's the first base runner by either team so far this game. It'll be a 1-out single for Alomar. Now Larry Doby comes up, the center fielder. 1 out, runner on first. The pitch. Inside, count goes to 1-0. Doby thought about swinging. I would be remiss if I didn't remind everybody that Willie Mays has passed away today at the age of 93. One of the greatest players in Major League Baseball history. In there for a strike. Count goes at 1-1. Willie Mays, a great ambassador to the game. Just a great player, great gentleman. He'll be missed. And now the 1-1 pitch. Down low, 2-1 to Doby. The Cardinals and the Giants in Major League Baseball in real life, they were set to play a game down in Birmingham, the oldest professional baseball stadium that's still in use, the stadium that Willie Mays started his career at. They wanted him to go to the game. I think that's this weekend. As Doby fouls it off, count goes to 2-2. But unfortunately, Willie Mays passes away today, and he won't be able to make that game. That's a shame. The game was in his honor. Alomar gets back to first base. They try to pick him off. Count remains 2-2 to Larry Doby with 1 out, runner on first. 2-2 pitch. Inside, 3-2, full count to Doby. And now the 3-2 pitch. Ball 4. It's a walk. And Cleveland has runners at first and second with 1 out. And Willie Mays Hayes will come up to bat. The shortstop. With a heavy heart tonight because his hero has passed away. His namesake. So Mays will step in. 1 out, runners at first and second. No score here in the bottom of the second inning. Here's the pitch. He went around, strike 1. And the count goes to 0-1 to Hayes. Hayes doing well. His postseason batting average, .538. Fouls that one off. The count quickly 0-2 to Hayes. Last night, during Game 4, Hayes made it on base every at-bat he was at last night. 2 walks and 2 hits. Here's the 0-2. Rips it down the line, and it's a fair ball. Coming around. Alomar, he's going to score. And the Indians take a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the second. Willie Mays Hayes ends up on second base. He's been on fire lately. There's a sing-eye single down the right field line. Look at that. And now the Indians have runners at second and third with 1 out. Al Rosen, the third baseman, comes up. Rosen rips it past the first baseman. 2 runs are going to score. And Rosen going for 2. He's in there. A 2 RBI double for Al Rosen. And Cleveland takes a 3-0 lead. We had a sing-eye single down the left field line. And now we had a sing-eye single down the right field line. And Cleveland up 3-0 with 1 out here in the top or bottom of the second inning. Grady Sizemore, the left fielder, comes up. The pitch.
That pitch is out.
Outside. He did not go around. Count goes to 1-0. So 3 runs for Cleveland here in the bottom of the second. They take a 3-0 lead here in Game 5. And now the 1-0 pitch by Johnson. And that's ripped into right field. And making the play in right is Tony Oliva. He quickly throws it in.
Now batting, number 11.
2 down for Cleveland. Go to the top of the order. Nat LaJoie will come up, the second baseman. 2 outs, runner on second base. Al Rosen at second. 3-0 Cleveland. Here's the pitch. Up high, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes to LaJoie. 2 outs, runner on second. And now the 1-0 pitch. Fouled it off. Counts at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, runner on second base. Rosen takes a lead. And now the 1-1. Up high, 2-1 to LaJoie.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Johnson struggled in Game 1 when he started, and he's struggling here early. And now the 2-1 pitch to LaJoie. LaJoie rips it down the line, foul. And the count goes to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Rosen at second base. And the 2-2 pitch. Rips it out to Oliva in right field. He goes back and makes the play. They'll end the second inning. But Al Rosen, a 2-run double. And Cleveland takes a 3-0 lead at the end of 2 complete. Here in ALDS Game 5 here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the top of the third. The hero from last night, the catcher, Joe Mauer. He hit the 2-run home run in the bottom of the ninth to win it for the Twins last night. Facing Shane Bieber. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. That was just a great game last night. If you haven't seen it, you need to go back and look at it. It's in the video section, and it's also on YouTube under Jammin' Sports. Here's the 0-1, and Maurer rips it down the third base line, and the count's quickly 0-2. And now the 0-2 pitch. Inside, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Maurer. And now the 1-2 pitch. Inside, I'll even the count at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, nobody on. 2-2 pitch. Maurer rips it right to LaJoy at second. He makes the play for the out. One down for the Twins here in the top of the third inning. The Twins do not have a hit yet. Torrey Hunter, the center fielder, will come up next. 1 out, bases empty. Hunter facing Bieber. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike, 0-1. One out, bases empty for the Twins here in the top of the third. And now the 0-1 pitch. Popped it up, out of play. Count goes to 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 pitch. Out to left field. Sizemore gets under it and makes the out for out number 2. 2 down for the Twins here in the top of the third.
Batting ninth, the shortstop.
And now Carlos Carrera, the shortstop, will come up. 2 outs, bases empty. Here's the pitch.
Ball, that's out.
It's in outside, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. And now the 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike. They'll even the count at 1-1. 2 outs, bases empty for Carrera. The 1-1 pitch. Fouls that one off. Count goes to 1-2. And now the 1-2 pitch. Outside, they'll even the count at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases empty. 2-2 pitch. Fouls it off. Count remains at 2-2. We're in the top of the third inning. Cleveland scored 3 in the bottom of the second to take a 3-0 lead. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Inside, full count to Carrera with 2 outs, bases empty. Game 5. The winner advances to the ALCS against the Red Sox. And now the 3-2 pitch. Fouls it off. Carrera battling. The count remains at 3-2. And now the 3-2 pitch. Swung and struck him out. At the end of 2.5, Cleveland leads it 3-0. Here in Game 5 of the ALDS here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the bottom of the third inning. The designated hitter, Tris Speaker, will lead things off for Cleveland. They lead it 3-0. Walter Johnson still on the hill for Minnesota. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike, 0-1. And now the 0-1 pitch. Outside, they'll even the count at 1-1. Cleveland trying to advance. So is Minnesota. Cleveland with a 3-0 lead. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Inside, 2-1. I'm really surprised the number 6 seed Twins have taken the number 1 seed Indians to 5 games. Here's the 2-1. Inside, 3-1. The other 4 division series were all 3-0 sweeps. 3-1 pitch. Down low. Ball 4. A leadoff walk for Cleveland. Here in the bottom of the third. Speaker is aboard. And now Manny Ramirez, the right fielder, will come up next. Nobody out. Runner on first base. And now the pitch by Johnson. In there for a strike, 0-1. Ramirez is about due to hit a home run. Here's the 0-1. A ground ball that will make it into right field. The base hit. And the runner going for third. He's safe. Speaker makes it all the way.
Now batting, first baseman, Jim Thome.
Runners at first and third. Now Jim Thome will come up, the first baseman. Nobody out. Runners on the corners for Cleveland. And Johnson's pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. Runners at first and third with nobody out. Cleveland trying to get more runs. And now the 0-1. Big swing and a miss. The count goes to 0-2 to Jim Thome. Oh-2 pitch. Inside. Count goes to 1-2 to Jim Thome. Nobody out. Runners at first and third for Cleveland. Here in the bottom of the third. Cleveland up 3-0. And now the 1-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Struck him out for out number 1. One down for Cleveland here in the bottom of the third inning. And now Sandy Alomar, the catcher, comes up next. One out. Runners at first and third. And now the pitch. In there for a strike, 0-1.
0-1.
No balls and a strike to Alomar. And now the 0-1 pitch. Popped it up. The catcher going back, Joe Mauer. And Mauer will make the play in foul territory for out number 2. 2 down with runners at first and third. Alomar pops out to the catcher. 2 down for Cleveland here in the bottom of the third. Larry Doby, the center fielder, will come up next. 2 outs, runners on the corners. And the pitch.
Nope, that's the ball.
Up high, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, runners at first and third. And now the 1-0 pitch.
2-0.
Low it inside. Count goes to 2-0. And now the 2-0 pitch to Doby. Took a big swing and missed. And that'll make the count 2-1. Johnson trying to retire the side. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Doby fouls it off down the first base line. And the count will even up at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners at first and third. And now the 2-2 pitch. Struck him out for out number 3. Well, the Twins threaten but don't score. They still lead at 3-0 here in ALDS Game 5 here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the top of the 4th inning here at Progressive Field, Cleveland, Ohio. Game 5 of the American League Division Series. We're tied at 2 games apiece. The deciding game here tonight. Cleveland leads at 3-0 as we go to the top of the 4th. And Rod Carew, the second baseman, will lead things off. The Twins still do not have a hit. Shane Bieber on the mound. And Carew fouls it down the line, strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch. Carew pops it up. Ramirez in right field will make the play for out number 1. 1 down for Cleveland here in the top of the 4th. Bieber throwing a no-hitter. He's also throwing a perfect game at the moment. I know we're only in the fourth. Kirby Puckett, the DH, comes up next. 1 out, bases empty. The pitch by Bieber. In there for a strike, 0-1. And now the 0-1 pitch. Strike 2 as he took a big swing. Come on, Kirby. Randall Thor in the room. Good to see you, Randall. In Game 5, Cleveland leads at 3-0 here in the top of the fourth. The 0-2 pitch. And Puckett pops it up. And coming over is Ramirez in right, who makes the play for out number 2. The Twins still don't have a hit. And now the third baseman, Gary Gaetti, will come up. Good to see Randall Thor in the room. The deciding Game 5. Oh, he's killing it all right.
Nope. That's inside.
Inside, ball 1. He's killing it big time. And he fouls that off down the first base line. Great to have you here, Randall Thorpe. Counts out 1-1, 2 outs, bases empty. Here's the pitch. It's low, 2-1. Football tonight. The Giants beat the Cowboys 21-17. And the Vikings beat the Bears 16-9. Both those games in the video section, also on YouTube. The count goes to 3-1 to Gaetti. 3-1 pitch. Gaetti pops it up. Doby in center field going back. And that one is gone. A solo shot by Gary Gaetti. There goes the perfect game. There goes the no-hitter. And the Twins are on the board. As Cleveland now leads 3-1. A solo shot by Gary Gaetti. Yeah, you jinxed it, Randall. You said he was on fire, and as soon as you said that, that's funny. As soon as you said that, he hits a home run. That's hilarious. Jock Jones, the left fielder, comes up. Inside, 1-0. So it's now a 3-1 ball game as the Twins get on the board. And now the 1-0 pitch.
Nope.
Outside, 2-0. And now the 2-0 pitch.
Yeah.
Up high. No, it's in there. Wow. And now the 2-1 pitch. He went around. That'll even the count at 2-2. Two-two count to Jones. He rips one into left field, but making the play is Sizemore, and that'll end the inning. After 3.5, Gary Gaetti with a solo shot, and Cleveland leads it by a score of 3-1 here in Game 5 of the ALDS here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Willie Mays Hayes will lead things off for Cleveland. They lead at 3-1. Walter Johnson on the mound. The first pitch is a strike. The count goes to 0-1. 0-1 pitch. Up high. That'll even the count at 1-1. The deciding Game 5 of the ALDS here tonight. And now the 1-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Count goes to 1-2. Willie Mays Hayes, the shortstop. Here's the pitch. Popped it up. Carew goes back in shallow center, and they can't make the play. That's going to drop. A bloop single for Willie Mays Hayes. Hayes has gotten on base now 7 consecutive times. Either a walk or a base hit. Amazing. Al Rosen will come up now. Nobody out, runner on first. The third baseman, he takes a big swing and misses. Strike one. Jimmy Jam with Randall Thor in the house. Good to have you along. How's the weather in Idaho, Randall Thor? And now the 0-1 pitch. There goes the runner, and Hayes gets nailed at second base. They throw him out. So now there's one out, bases empty. And the count to Rosen is at 1-1. Willie Mays Hayes usually makes that. That was a great throw. Fantastic weather. It's good to hear. Here's the pitch. Inside 2-1. Randall Thor, by the way, is my newest moderator. Congratulations, Randall Thor. I bumped you up to moderator. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. And that goes to 2-2. I always make the cool people moderators. 2-2 pitch. Inside 3-2. That way, if there's any trouble, I can count on the cool people to keep me safe. Here's the 3-2. Big swing and a miss, and Rosen strikes out for a strike. We're out number 2. Two down for Cleveland here in the bottom of the fourth. Grady Sizemore, the left fielder, will come up. Here's the pitch. Fouls it off. Count goes to 0-1. You'll get your Jammin' Sports decoder ring in the mail there, Randall Thor. Look for it soon. Here's the 0-1. Fouls it off. Count 0-2 to Sizemore. 2 outs, bases empty for Cleveland here in the bottom of the fourth. They lead at 3-1. Johnson's pitch outside, and the count's at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases empty. And now the 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2. And now the 2-2 pitch. Inside, full count now to Sizemore at 3-2. Johnson having a hard time getting the final out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. And now the 3-2 pitch. Struck him out. At the end of 4 complete, Cleveland leads Minnesota 3-1 here in Game 5 of the ALDS here at Jammin' Sports. As we head to the top of the fifth, right fielder Tony Oliva for Minnesota will lead things off. Cleveland up 3-1. The Twins are in striking distance here. They can still come back. Counts 0-1. That's in there for a strike on the outside corner. If we know anything from last night, they can come back.
Ball 1.
That's just outside. That'll leave the count at 1-1. Just a great finish last night. We're still in awe over that. Here's the 1-1. Oliva fouls it off. Count goes to 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out, nobody on. Bieber on the mound. Here's the 1-2. Struck him out looking for out number 1. 5 strikeouts for Bieber. That's not Justin. That's his older brother, Shane. He has less tattoos. Justin Morneau. Yes, still dealing. That's right. Morneau, the first baseman. Pops that one up. Sizemore in left field gets under it and makes the out for out number 2. 2 down for the Twins here in the top of the fifth. Progressive Field, Cleveland, Ohio, the deciding Game 5 of the ALDS. The winner will move on and take on the Boston Red Sox in the ALCS. Joe Mauer, the catcher, comes up. The hero from last night. It's up high, 1-0. And now the 1-0 pitch. Up high, 2-0. 2 outs, bases empty. Here in the top of the fifth, Mauer at the plate, 2-0 count. Up high again, 3-0. What's up there, Bieber? First time it's been 3-0. And now the 3-0 pitch. Up high, ball 4 and 4 pitches to Joe Mauer.
Up next
That'll extend the inning. And now Torrey Hunter, the center fielder, will come up. He can tie the game with one swing of the bat here. 2 outs, runner on first. Bieber looks in. And now the pitch. In there for a strike, 0-1. Standing room only for this Game 5 tonight here in Cleveland. Now the 0-1 pitch. Hunter fouls it off down the line. It'll be strike 2. And the count goes to 0-2. Bieber trying to retire the side. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Outside, ball 1. Counts at 1-2. Jimmy Jam with Randall Thor in the house. My good friend from Spud Country in Idaho. It's popped up. Ramirez comes in right and makes the play for the final out. At the end of 4.5, Cleveland leads Minnesota 3-1 here in Game 5 of the ALDS here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Leading things off for Cleveland, Nat LaJoy, the second baseman. Cleveland up 3-1. Walter Johnson still on the mound for Minnesota. Here's the pitch. He went around, strike 1. Who will advance to the National or the American League Championship? Here's the 0-1. Fouled it off. Yeah, they do. They really do speed things along. I'm not sure I like that, though. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fouled off down the first base line. The one thing I've always enjoyed about baseball is the slower pace. Let the game flow naturally. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Struck him out. Swinging for strike number 1.
Now batting, number 22.
One down for Cleveland. Tris Speaker, the DH, will come up next. I understand why it's there. As Speaker takes a big swing for strike 1. I understand why they implemented it, but I don't like it. Here's the 0-1 pitch.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Counts at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, bases empty. And now the 1-1 pitch.
Ball, that's just out.
Up high, 2-1. 2 balls and a strike. 1 out, bases empty. Speaker at the plate. Bottom of the 5th. Cleveland up 3-1. Speaker takes a big swing and misses. And that'll even the count at 2-2. I cover an awful lot of high school baseball on the radio here locally, and I prefer the slower pace. Fouled it off down the first base line. In high school ball, you don't have pitch clocks and all that. And I really enjoy the game. It flows at the proper pace. And now the 2-2 pitch. Fouls off down the line. And one of the things that I really enjoy about going to a baseball game is being relaxed and enjoying the day or the night, depending on when the game is played. Here's the 2-2. Speaker swings and strikes out for out number 2. 2 down for Cleveland here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And now Manny Ramirez, the right fielder, will come up. Well, I wouldn't say I'm great, but I appreciate that, Randall Thor. Not my first rodeo. Here's the pitch.
Outside, that's the ball.
Outside, 1-0. Johnson trying to retire the side, 1-2-3. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Down low, 2-0 to Ramirez. Cleveland up 3-1 here in the bottom of the 5th. Here in Game 5, the 2-0 pitch. Ramirez fouls it off. This series is a best of 5. Once we get to the championship series, those are best of 7, just like the World Series is. And now the 2-1, up high, 3-1. You gotta love the graphics here on the show. And just the overall play, it's so smooth. And now the 3-1 pitch. In there for a strike. Full count to Ramirez. I mean, it's really like watching a real game. Sometimes you forget you're watching a video game. Here's the 3-2. Struck him out looking. At the end of 5 complete, Cleveland leads it 3-1 here in Game 5 of the ALDS here at Jammin' Sports. And welcome back to Progressive Field, Cleveland, Ohio. We go to the top of the 6th here in Game 5. Carlos Carrera will lead things off. He's the shortstop for Minnesota. Shane Bieber on fire so far. He's only given up a run. And that's going to be a leadoff single for the Twins all the way to the wall. Carrera's going to go for 2. He may go for 3. They're going to hold him up at second base. A leadoff double for Carlos Carrera. So watch out. The Twins are only down by a run. Or by 2 runs, I'm sorry. They're down 3-1. That one goes all the way to the wall. And the Twins, here in the top of the 6th, lead things off with a double. And now Rod Carew, the second baseman, comes up. A chance for the Twins to get back in this game. In there for a strike, 0-1. Jimmy Jam with Randall Thor. Randall Thor from Asgard, Idaho. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Inside. Count goes to 1-1. Carrera at second base. Carew is the tying run at the moment. Here's the 1-1. Carew rips one into left field. Carrera will hold up at third, I believe. Yep. He wasn't going to chance it. And that'll be a single for Rod Carew. And now the Twins have runners at first and third with nobody out. Carew, just a great hitter in his day. And now Kirby Puckett, the DH, will come up. Nobody out, runners at first and third. A chance now for the Twins. He went around. Yes, he did. Strike 1. So Carrera at third base. Carew at first. Puckett at the plate, 0-1. Nobody out for the Twins here in the top of the 6th. Bieber's pitch up high, and that'll even the count at 1-1. And now the 1-1 pitch. In there for a strike, 1-2. Progressive Field in Cleveland is where we are. For Game 5 of the ALDS. Counts 1-2 to Puckett. 1-2 pitch. Inside. They'll even the count at 2-2. A walk will load the bases. Remember now, there's nobody out. A great opportunity for the Twins here. And now the 2-2 pitch. Outside, 3-2. The count's full. Bieber, who was on fire, he's having a bit of trouble now here in the 6th. 3-2 pitch. Struck him out looking for out number 1. 6 strikeouts for Bieber on the night. Watch this. You just got him looking right down. That's a beautiful pitch. Knee high. That was a good call. You got to swing, Kirby. 1 down for Minnesota with runners at first and third. Third baseman Gary Gaetti will come up. The pitch by Bieber. Gaetti to Rosen. They're going to try to turn 2, and they do, and they get out of the inning. The pitcher's best friend, a double play as Rosen starts the DP. Cleveland leads at 3-1 still as we go to the bottom of the 6th here at Javits Sports. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Jim Tomei, the first baseman, will lead things off for Cleveland. Hearing the deciding Game 5. Cleveland up 3-1. Walter Johnson still on the mound for Minnesota. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike, 0-1. Crowd didn't like that one. I thought it was kind of high and inside myself. And the 0-1 pitch.
Yep, that ball went out.
Outside, count goes to 1-1. Giovanni Moran and Bailey Ober warming up with the bullpen for Minnesota. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Cleveland up 3-1 here in Game 5. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Tomei. Down low, 2-1. The winner of this game advances to the ALCS. Here's the 2-1. And Tomei fouls it off down the third base line. And the count remains at 2-2. And now the 2-2 pitch. Tomei swings and misses for strike 3 and out number 1. 8 strikeouts for Johnson here tonight. One down for Cleveland. Sandy Alomar, the catcher, will come up. One out, bases empty. Inside, 1-0. Jimmy Jam with Randall Thor here at Progressive Field in Cleveland. Great to have you along. And now the 1-0 pitch. Alomar out to Oliva in right field, and Tony Oliva makes the play for out number 2. 2 down for the Indians here in the bottom of the 6th. I still call them the Indians. They'll always be the Indians for me. Larry Doby, the center fielder, will come up next. 2 outs, bases empty. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike, 0-1. You ask over 90% of all Native Americans don't mind the name. It was a bunch of uptight white people that decided to change the name because they were offended for you. That is so insulting. Here's the 0-2. Down the line. The count goes to 0-2. I have made my opinion on these name changes, like the Redskins and the Indians, very apparent. I think it's sad. Here's the 0-2. The count goes to 1-2. When I was stationed in Germany in the military, I had 2 guys in my unit that were Native Americans, and both of their favorite teams were the Redskins. Here's the 1-2. Up high, 2-2, and they took pride in that. I mean, they had Redskin jackets and hats and stuff. So don't tell me it's offensive. Here's the 2-2. Up high, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, bases empty. Oh, they'll never change. Florida State won't change. Ball 4. It'll be a 2-out walk for Larry Doby.
Up next for Cleveland.
You see, people in the South, they don't care. The South isn't very liberal. So Florida State's not going to change. The Atlanta Braves are not going to change. You try that in Atlanta, they'll laugh you out of the city. And the Kansas City Chiefs aren't going to change. Kansas City, Missouri, that's a conservative state. Willie Mays Hayes will come up. The shortstop, 2 outs, runner on first.
Nope.
Up high, 1-0. But Washington, D.C. is very liberal, and they caved to PC. And Cleveland caved to PC. It's a liberal city. Counts 1-0 to Hayes. The 1-0 pitch. Down low, 2-0. And I'll just say this again. The woke crowd destroys everything they touch. They really do. It's all they do is destroy. They don't build anything. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Hayes. Hayes, a base hit up the middle. And Doby rounds second. He's going for third. And Hayes ends up on second base. It's a 2-out double for Willie Mays Hayes out into center field. And Larry Doby moves over to third base. And now Cleveland has runners at second and third with 2 outs. Torrey Hunter came in and threw the ball in quickly. In fact, he threw it home. And I think that's going to be it for Walter Johnson. As the manager is going to come out and say, that's enough, Walter. Go hit the showers. Let's see who the Twins bring in. Probably Moran, I would guess.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please.
Nope, Joe Ryan
Now
will come in.
for the Twins, number 41.
So Ryan will come in relief of Walter Johnson. Cleveland leads at 3-1. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2 outs. And Cleveland has runners at second and third. Al Rosen, the third baseman, will come up. First pitch down low, 1-0. A walk would load the bases. Cleveland trying to break this game wide open. A base hit would score 2. The count's 1-0 to Rosen. And now the 1-0 pitch. Down low, 2-0.
2-0.
Two balls, no strikes, 2 outs, runners at second and third. And now the 2-0 pitch. Fouls it off. Count goes to 2-1 to Rosen. Ryan trying to stop the bleeding here, trying to retire the side. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And Rosen pops it up. Oliva in right goes back. And it's gone. A 3-run home run by Al Rosen. And the Indians take a 6-1 lead here in Game 5. A 3-run blast by Al Rosen over the right field fence. Let's watch this one again. And this will break the game wide open, like I said. Cleveland up now 6-1. An opposite field home run for Rosen. Man, the graphics of this game is incredible. Now Grady Sizemore will come up, the left fielder. 2 outs, bases empty. Cleveland up now 6-1. Up high. Count goes to 1-0. So they bring in Ryan as relief. And what do? He had a 3-run shot off of him. Counts 1-0 to Sizemore. A 1-0 pitch.
Ball that's
Outside,
outside.
2-0. Cleveland up 6-1. And now the 2-0 pitch. And Sizemore pops it up. As Jacques Jones makes the play in left field. At the end of 6, Al Rosen, a 3-run blast, gives Cleveland a 6-1 lead. Here in Game 5 of the ALDS, here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the top of the 7th. Left fielder Jacques Jones will lead things off for Minnesota. The Twins down by 5 now here in the top of the 7th. They got a rally. Bieber's still on the mound. The first pitch is high, 1-0. For those on the East Coast, we want to thank you for hanging with us here tonight. We're coming up on midnight in the East. In their first strike, 1-1. It's 11:53 Eastern time. 10:53 here in Nashville, where I'm at. Here's the 1-1. Big swing and a miss, 1-2. And I think where Randall Thor is, if I'm not mistaken, is it 8:53 where you are? Or are you on Mountain Time?
Ball 2.
Inside, 2-2. Part of Idaho is in Mountain Time. I know that. and parts in Pacific time. You're in Mountain Time, 9:53. Okay, you're an hour behind me. Big swing and a miss. And Jones goes down swinging for out number one. One down for the Twins, bases empty. And now the right fielder, Tony Oliva, will come up. Here's the pitch. Big swing and a miss, strike one. It's been hot and humid. Big swing, strike two to Oliva. I mean, these last couple of days, Sunday we got up to 97 with near 100% humidity. It was miserable. 0-2 pitch. Oliva fouls it off. It remains 0-2. Today it was about 91, but still high humidity. Here's the 0-2.
No.
Inside, 1-2. I know up in the mountains there in Idaho it's less humid. It still gets hot there in the summertime, though. I know that. Here's the 1-2. Oliva grounds out to Rosen for out number two. Rosen at third base makes the play for Cleveland. Two down here in the top of the seventh. Oh, yeah, it gets hot and humid there, too. Justin Moreau, the first baseman, with 2 outs, bases empty, comes up for the Twins. Up high. No, it's in the strike zone. Shoulder high. Strike, 0-1. And now the 0-1 pitch. In there for a strike again. 0-2 to Morneau. Bieber tried to make this a 1-2-3 inning. Here's the 0-2.
Off the plate, ball one.
Just inside. 1-2 the count to Morneau. And now the 1-2 pitch. Up high, 2-2. When I was a child, I used to live in the state of Washington, and I know how beautiful that is. I know how beautiful Idaho is. Here's the 2-2. He swung at an inside pitch, and the count's at 2-2 to Morneau. I used to live just south of Seattle. Here's the 2-2. Up high, full count, 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And now the 3-2 pitch. And it popped up. And making the play is LaJoie. It's a 1-2-3 inning. Here in Game 5 of the ALDS. Cleveland up 6-1 here at Jammin' Sports. And welcome back. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Nat LaJoie, the second baseman, will lead things off for Cleveland. They lead at 6-1. Joe Ryan still on the mound for the Twins. And that's going to be a base hit. Jock Jones runs it down and left. A leadoff single for LaJoie. So Randall Thor, you used to live in Tacoma. You know where Federal Way is, don't you? That's where I lived when I was in the state of Washington, Federal Way, Washington. Next up, Tris Speaker flies out to Oliva in right for out number 1. One down for Cleveland here in the bottom of the 7th. That's where I went to elementary and junior high school. Federal Way, Washington. One out for Cleveland. Here in the bottom of the 7th, Manny Ramirez will come up, the right fielder. Here's the pitch. Inside, 1-0. That was many moons ago there, Randall Thor. That was a long time ago. Counts 2-0 to Ramirez. Ryan on the mound for the Twins. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Ramirez, a shot that's knocked down by Carrera. Picks it up, throws to first, not in time. Everybody's safe. An infield single for Manny Ramirez. It was a good attempt by Carrera. He knocked it down. Kept the ball from going into the outfield. But now Cleveland has runners at first and second with 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. And Cleveland already leads it 6-1 here in Game 5 The Indians looking to advance. The Indians Red Sox, that'd be a good ALCS. That'd be the 1 and 2 seeds playing each other.
1-0.
Outside 1-0. In the National League, it's the Dodgers and the Braves. It's the 1 seed and the 3 seed. Actually, the 1 seed and the 4 seed. I take that back. It's the 1 seed and the 5 seed. The Dodgers are the 1 seed and the Braves are the 5 seed. The Indians here are the 1 seed and the Twins are the 6 seed. Here's the 1-1. In their first strike. 1-2 to Jim Tomei, the first baseman. 1 out, runners at first and second for Cleveland here in the bottom of the 7th. They already lead at 6-1. Trying to break this game wide open. And now the 1-2 pitch. Tomei down the line, but foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Tomei. 1 out. And now the 1-2 pitch by Ryan, outside, 2-2. And now the 2-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss, struck him out for out number 2. 2 down for Cleveland here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And Sandy Alomar comes up. If you're watching out east, it's midnight Eastern. I want to thank you for hanging with us here at Jammin' Sports. 11 o'clock here in Nashville, 10 o'clock in Asgard. Alomar out to Jacques Jones, and that's off the wall. That's going to score some runs. 1 run will score. And just 1 run as they hold up Martinez, or Ramirez, excuse me, at third base. Alomar with an RBI, base hit. And Cleveland now leads it 7-1.
Your attention, please.
We have a new pitcher coming in, Bailey Ober. Will come in from Minnesota.
Bailey Ober.
Well, Randall Thor is looking more and more like the Indians are going to advance. I tell you what, though, Indians Red Sox, that should be a great series. The 1 seed and the 2 seed. 2 outs, runners at second and third. Larry Doby, the center fielder, comes up. First pitch is a strike. Count goes to 0-1. Game 1 would be in Cleveland. Next pitch is the ball. Count goes to 1-1. Cleveland would have the home field advantage in that. The Dodgers have the home field advantage against the Braves. Here's the 1-1. Down low, 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
2 balls and a strike to Larry Doby. 2 outs, runners at second and third. A base hit would score 2 more. 2-1 pitch.
Ball 3.
Down low, 3-1. A walk would load the bases. Another late night for us here at Jammin' Sports. Going past midnight Eastern. Here's the 3-1. And it's foul ball down the first base line. Misty says she's still up. She's usually in bed by 9 Central. It's 11 and she's still up.
That's ball 4.
Ball 4. And Doby draws the walk. Bases loaded for Cleveland here in the bottom of the 7th inning
Willie
with 2 outs.
Hayes.
And now Willie Mays Hayes will come up to bat. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Cleveland already up 7-1 here in the bottom of the 7th. His namesake passed away today at the age of 93. That saddened me. It saddened the whole baseball world. Here's the pitch by Ober.
Ball 1.
Up high, 1-0. A walk will score and run here. Hayes has reached base 8 consecutive times. In there for a strike, 1-1. Willie Mays Hayes is on an 8 plate appearance reaching base streak. Here's the 1-1. Fouls it off. Counts at 1-2. Whether it be a walk or a base hit, yes, 8 straight times he's reached base. Dating back several games. Here's the 1-2. Did he go around? No. The count's at 2-2. He's trying to make it 9. If he draws the walk, it's going to score a run. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Hayes. Inside, 3-2, full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Hayes with 2 outs, bases loaded. 3-2 pitch. Pops it up, and that streak may be over unless that one gets out. Jones goes back and makes the play for the final out. At the end of 7 complete, Cleveland leads it 7-1 here in Game 5 of the ALDS here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the top of the 8th. Joe Mauer, the hero from last night, the catcher, will come up. So Willie Mays Hayes' streak of 8 comes to a close. It's still an impressive streak.
Ball.
Up high, 1-0. Henches and De Los Santos warming up in the bullpen for Cleveland. We're on the top of the 8th. Mauer, the catcher, the count's 1-0. Here's the pitch. Did he go around? Yes, he did. Counts up 1-1 to Mauer. Cleveland with a 6-run cushion here in the top of the 8th. Here's the 1-1. Big swing and a miss, 1-2.
2 strikes.
And now the 1-2 pitch. Mauer, a ground ball. Making the play, Willie Mays Hayes for the out. Mauer grounds out to short. 1 down. Tomorrow is Juneteenth. It's a federal holiday. I'll be off. And tomorrow we'll be on at 1 o'clock Eastern with 5 straight NFL football games. We'll wrap up the week. Wrap up week 11 tomorrow with 5 NFL games starting at 1 Eastern, 12 Central, 11 a.m. Mountain, and 10 a.m. Pacific. Torrey Hunter comes up. Counts 0-1, the center fielder. Outside, 1-1. I thought so too there, Randall Thorpe. And now the 1-1 pitch. Hunter, it's a base hit. Nope. LaJoy tracks it down. And Hunter grounds out to second for out number 2. I thought that might get through. But Nat LaJoy makes a nice play. And now Carlos Carrera, the shortstop, will come up. 2 outs, bases empty for the Twins here in the top of the 8th. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike, 0-1. And now the 0-1 pitch. Fouls it off, 0-2. So you can have brunch with me tomorrow there, Randall Thor. It'll be 11 o'clock in the morning, your time. Here's the 0-2. Fouls it off. Count remains at 0-2. 2 outs, bases empty for the Twins here in the top of the 8th. And now the 0-2 pitch. Up high, 1-2.
2 strikes.
Well, I'll be on all afternoon, so here's the 1-2.
Ball.
Down low, 2-2. Missy says she'll be here also. I thought you were asleep. Counts at 2-2 to Carrera. 2-2 pitch. Up high, he went around. Struck him out at the end of 7.5. Cleveland 1 step closer. They lead it 7-1 here in Game 5 of the ALDS here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Cleveland will try to get some insurance runs. They already lead it 7-1. Al Rosen will lead things off, the third baseman, facing Bailey Ober. Big swing and a miss, strike 1. And now the 0-1 pitch. Fouls it off, strike 2. Count goes to 0-2. Another late night for us here at Jammin' Sports, but that's all right. 0-2 pitch.
Ball 1.
Down low, 1-2 to Rosen. And now the 1-2 pitch. Fouls it off. Counts at 1-2. Earlier tonight, the Giants beat the Cowboys 21-17, and the Vikings beat the Bears 16-9. Ripped down the line, foul. Count remains at 1-2. Those 2 football games in the video section, and they're also on YouTube. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And that's going to be hit right to Carrera at short for out number 1. So Rosen lines out to short. 1 down for Cleveland here in the bottom of the 8th. Grady Sizemore will come up next. He's the left fielder. 1 out, bases empty. And it's ball 1. Count goes to 1-0. We're at Progressive Field in Cleveland. We'll go over that football schedule tomorrow real quick. See if we can get that schedule in here between pitches. The 1-0 pitch, and that's ripped into right center field. Sizemore all the way to the wall. It's going to be a 1-out base hit. He's going to make it safe to second base. A 1-out double. And Cleveland's not done yet. They're still trying to manufacture some more runs. Here's our schedule for tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern. It'll be New Orleans at Seattle, Denver at Oakland, Washington at the Rams, Atlanta at San Francisco, and then Cincinnati at Miami. Nat LaJoie comes up. First pitch is a strike. Count goes to 0-1. 1 out, runner on second base. That's Grady Sizemore at second. Here's the 0-1. Inside, 1-1. Cleveland up 7-1. Looking for more insurance runs, as they call them. And now the 1-1. In there for a strike, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, runner on second base. 1-2 pitch. And it's foul down the first base line. Yeah, he is throwing some nasty pitches out there. The count's at 1-2 to LaJoie. 1-2 pitch. Inside, 2-2. LaJoie had to jump away. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, runner on second. 2-2 pitch. He swung at an outside pitch and struck out for out number 2. He was chasing that one.
Number 22.
2 down for Cleveland here in the bottom of the 8th. And now the DH, Tris Speaker, will come up. Cleveland up 7-1 here in the bottom of the 8th. 2 outs, runner on second base. And the pitch by Ober. Outside, ball 1. Count goes to 1-0. There's 6-run lead for Cleveland. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And Speaker drives it down the line, foul. As the count goes to 1-1. And now the 1-1 pitch. Inside, that hit him. He'll be awarded first base. A 2-out walk. And now Manny Ramirez will come up with 2 outs, runners at first and second. Here in the bottom of the 8th. Pitch by Ober. In there for a strike, 0-1. Jimmy Jam with Randall Thor. Great to have you along. Here's the pitch.
Ball 1.
It's down low. They'll even the count at 1-1. Game 5 of the ALDS here at Jammin' Sports. 1-1 pitch. And Ramirez fouls it off down the line. Count goes to 1-2. And now the 1-2 pitch. Fouls it off. As the count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ober trying to retire the side without giving up another run. Here's the 1-2. Ramirez pops it up. Who's going to take it? Looks like Torrey Hunter will. And that'll end the inning. After 8 complete, Cleveland leads it 7-1 here in Game 5 of the ALDS here at Jammin' Sports. All right, we go to the top of the 9th inning. Cleveland, 3 outs away from advancing to the ALCS. Rod Carew will lead things off, the second baseman. It's a ball. Count goes to 1-0. Cleveland leading 7-1. The Twins need 6 to tie, 7 to take the win, or take the lead, excuse me. Counts at 1-1 to Carew. Bieber trying to close it out. A ground ball. Oh, and Hayes can't get the handle. That's going to be an error on Willie Mays Hayes. Carew will reach on an error. Just start the top of the ninth. Watch the Twins rally and win this. I would laugh. I would laugh so hard. Now Kirby Puckett comes up, the DH. Cleveland up 7-1. Top of the ninth, nobody out. Carew at first base. Here's the pitch.
That's a ball.
Up high, ball one. Cleveland, 3 outs away from the ALCS and a date with the Boston Red Sox. The 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike, 1-1. Yeah, just calm down. Don't worry about the base runner. Just get the outs. And now the 1-1 pitch.
Ball 2.
Ball 2, down low and inside. 2-1 to Kirby Puckett. Nobody out for the Twins here in the top of the ninth. Two-one pitch. And that's fouled off. That'll even the count at 2-2 to Kirby Puckett. And now the 2-2. Down low, full count to Puckett. 3-2. And now the 3-2 pitch. Puckett fouls it off down the line. Stays alive. Count remains at 3-2. We're in the top of the ninth of Game 5 of the ALDS. Cleveland up by 6. Here's the 3-2. And Puckett fouls it off. He stays alive. Kirby Puckett battling. Nobody out for Minnesota. Rod Carew at first base. The count's 3-2 to Kirby Puckett. 3-2 pitch. Struck him out looking. For out number 1. Puckett thought it was a walk. 9 strikeouts for Bieber. Bieber tried to get a complete game. I just realized that, but now as soon as I say that, they're going to pull him. So that's it for Bieber with 1 out here in the top of the ninth. Let's see who Cleveland brings in. Bring in the Wild Thing.
Your attention, please.
No, they bring in Sam Hinches.
Number 32, Sam.
Cleveland up 7-1 here in the top of the ninth. The deciding Game 5 of the ALDS. Cleveland just needs 2 more outs to advance to the ALCS. Wild Thing. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. Gary Gaetti, the third baseman. The count goes to 0-1. Minnesota down to the last 2 outs of the season. They will be eliminated. Here's the 0-1. Gaetti rips one to Tobe. They're going to turn 2, and that's ball game. And the Cleveland Indians will advance to the American League Championship Series against the Boston Red Sox. They win the ALDS 3-2 over the Twins. Your final score, Cleveland over Minnesota 7-1. And the Cleveland Indians advance to the American League Championship against the Red Sox. Tomorrow night, or actually tomorrow afternoon, 1 o'clock Eastern, 5 NFL games for you on the docket. We'll see you then. Until then, good night, everybody.